Okay, hi. So this is the final reflection after the 15-day challenge has ended. Yeah, I can't even think straight because I'm so tired. The entire thing was hectic. It was really hard to do everything. Eventually, the food started tasting bad. There was no flavor to it. You were so restricted by anything you can eat because there's so much around you, but you can only have so little of it. Not only because of the food type restriction, but because of the portions too. So it's like if you're ever hungry, you can't do anything much about it. So that makes things really difficult. Another one of our rules was we had to fake an injury, and that was awful because, well, limping, it started hurting my leg. I sometimes cramped up because I had to flex my leg in order to keep it straight so that I actually limp properly. Um, yeah, so that hurt my leg. It also looked really awkward and weird. People started questioning what I was doing. They thought I was doing it to get attention, so that was really embarrassing. I hated explaining that all the time. The other injury was where we couldn't use our arm, and that was terrible because there's so many little things that you don't even notice that you're actually using your arm for, or your hand. Like opening a water bottle, opening like a pen, like the cap off of it, or drinking, yeah, from a water bottle. I said that. Like when I make food, when I want to get something out of my pencil case, when I'm trying to write, when I'm trying to shower. It's just so many times, and it's the littlest things too. Like it's not even anything big. Um, I mean, yeah, of course the big stuff, but I'm saying I thought of it to be like where the most annoying things that I wouldn't be able to do was like, let's say, type. But no, it's such little things that you didn't even notice that you needed another arm for. Um, yeah, so then we go off to the earplugs. That was the most annoying thing because I have no idea how it hurt, but it really did hurt. It felt like the inside of my ear was aching. It was really awkward and odd. Um, and then listening in class, it made that harder. And you couldn't judge whether you were being loud or not. Like when people were talking to you, they were like, "Why are you yelling?" So that was weird. Yeah, so that's the injuries. Sleeping at Sohail's house as a refugee camp. That was not bad. I liked having him and Alex there. Like it was less lonely, I guess. And by doing this challenge, the last thing you'd want is to go through it alone. So that was great. You can also tell that people in Syria, obviously, like they live together. They're not going to be alone. They're not going to want to be alone. So I guess that does help. We slept on the ground. That was brutal because it was so uncomfortable and falling asleep took forever. And once you did fall asleep, if you were to wake up, it would take you a good 30 minutes to fall back asleep because you can't find that perfect position again. It was awful. And you look at the time and you're like, wow, 5 minutes passed. Wow, 40 minutes passed. And I'm still not asleep. And then knowing school's the next day, like, it was bad. Um, and then the one blanket thing, I froze. I had to sleep in all of my clothes because I was so cold. So I've never slept in a sweater in my life or sweatpants, let alone when I slept in jeans. It was just so bad. I was so cold. I hated it. Um, I can't imagine how they do it. I can also predict that my floor, or the floor in Sohail's house, was probably 10 times more comfortable than anything that they would get. uh, oh, the $20 budget. I don't think that was very hard. We ended up spending 320, no, 350 plus 20. We ended up spending $3.70 because 350 was for a bus ticket and 20 cents was for forks. So we bought two forks in the cafeteria. wasn't very hard to keep on track with the budget constraint. Um, as in, where, like, yeah, you want to buy something and then you realize, oh, no, you can't because of that constraint. But the thing is, it wasn't anything that really ruined my life or that affected it that much that I wanted to finish the project or cheat or something like that. So that wasn't that bad. Eating the food. Did I talk about that? I don't know, but it got really dry. Oh yeah, I did talk about it. And then there was also the clothes. The clothes. Oh my gosh, I started to smell very quick. I think it's mostly because I slept in my clothes. So it's like I go to sleep cold, but then eventually I start to sweat because during the night I get warmer and then I sweat. So then I think that's the sweat that builds up. Also during the day, like you do sweat, no one really notices it though, but they do. And so all of that put together brought off a little smell, and no axe could fix that. So I didn't even bother trying because then it's just one, it doesn't. I don't feel like a Syrian if I used axe, and second, because it didn't help. My girlfriend started staying away from me. Friends were like, "Oh God, you smell." So that was embarrassing. Sucked. Because like my girlfriend actually avoided me. uh, Aside that, I usually change my clothes once a day. So to have it only 2 outfits, yeah, that was pretty bad. I think that's it for the rules. Yeah. Okay, so yeah.